Hi everybody, Mr. Khan over here. I wanted to do a little video. It's Friday, it's 4:06 in the afternoon, and before I leave today, I just wanted to give you a little more information, reviewing some of the things about our Hair Raising Tales essay, and I wanted to do a final review so when you're working on it this weekend, you know exactly what's to be done. Okay? First of all, let's take a look at, of course, your task is to write a well-written 4 to 5 paragraph essay. Okay? What you are trying to prove in this essay. Why these stories are terrifying, disturbing, menacing, ominous, eerie, sinister, any of these adjectives. How are you going to prove it? Well, you're going to show how you're going to use two texts to show how that's happening. Okay? Two texts. So you may choose, let's say you chose The Telltale Heart, and let's say you chose, I don't know, The Man Upstairs. Two very terrifying stories. But how do we show that they're terrifying? Well, we're going to do it through textual evidence, but we're going to do it through literary elements using textual evidence. Quotes from the story that provide great examples of literary elements. And where are literary elements? Here they are. Any of these. You can use any of these. Two for each story. Two for The Telltale Heart, two for The Man Upstairs. Okay? And of course, we're going to use above grade level vocabulary throughout the entire thing, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's go through our requirements. 4 to 5 paragraph essay. Intro, body, thesis, conclusion. And we'll show you how to go through that with our little graphic organizer we've been working on. 2 stories you've selected. Okay, we got that. We're going to analyze to prove that they are frightening, terrifying, nefarious, whatever. We're proving that they're hair-raising. Okay, and finally, you are using at least 2 or 3 for honors literary elements to analyze each story. So a total of 4 literary elements. Okay, 4 literary elements. Okay, so if Telltale Heart, if you're up here in the Telltale Heart, you say, oh, I'm going to pick mood and, let's say, imagery. Those would be 2 to use for them. And for The Man Upstairs, I'm going to pick, let's see, how about external conflict, man versus nature, man versus society. And I'm going to talk about how it uses direct characterization to make it creepy. Okay? 2 and 2. Got it? Good. All right. Copious amounts of textual evidence. So if I'm going to talk about 2 literary elements for those 2 things, I'm going to use at least 2 quotes. 2 quotes to prove that foreshadowing makes the man upstairs scary. Okay? Or 2 quotes to prove that the Telltale Heart is scary because of its tone. Okay? Last but not least, as you're going through, you must put your own knowledge in, meaning you must explain what those quotes mean. We talked about how a lawyer just doesn't present Exhibit A. He explains why Exhibit A is something that's important in the trial. You're going to do the same thing. Explain what you have. Okay. You also must use, throughout the whole essay, 10 words anywhere in the essay from our big list of above grade level vocabulary. All right, so insert those in there. Our essay is due Monday the 25th. We've been working on it all week. We've had homework assignments asking you to do parts of it that you should have been doing. We also have, we're going to be in the computer lab on Monday too to finish out. Don't save it all for Monday is my suggestion to you. All right, so where are we is our next question. All right, let's see. We're going to go into our Google Drive. So let's say this essay is to be done in Google Docs, okay? In the Google Docs, in what we've been working on all week. You should be no stranger to it. So let's go into our Google Drive, okay? Yours is going to look a little different than mine because I have everybody's. But somebody, Deanna, offered to use her Hair Raising Tales template. Now, we have the graphic organizer we've been working on. So let's walk through this, okay? We've broken it down into boxes with requirements right next to it, so you'll be able to know what to do, okay? Start out with our hook of our introduction. Give me some focusing sentence, what we were intending to talk about, and of course, a thesis statement, our purpose, okay? From reading Hair Raising Tales, it's easy to tell the authors make the ominous story terrifying by use of external conflicts that interest the reader. Boom, okay? This person did an okay thesis statement. We want to include everything in our thesis statement. So, body paragraph 1, topic sentence, okay? We want to prove that this story uses this and this to make sure that it is frightening, terrifying, whatever. Okay? Right here, explain the controlling idea. You may need to tell me a little bit about what this story is about. Okay? Give me 2-3 sentences of what it's about. Okay? Telltale Heart's about a man who's planned to commit a murder for someone because of his vulture eye. Nothing crazy. Just give me a little basic overview. Finally, textual examples. Okay? Give me quotes. Okay? You're talking about your first and second literary element for this story, Telltale Heart. So give me 2 quotations in there. All right? And of course, you in this box right here, you're going to need to explain the evidence. This evidence of the author uses irony shows that the story is creepy because that's where you explain it. Here's where you cite from the source. Here's where you explain it, okay? Finally, your concluding paragraph, your concluding sentence, okay? A transition from one to the next. Moving on to the next story. Next story, this person's talking about the man upstairs. Then we're going to give a little background. What's the man upstairs about? Couple sentences. Then we're going to use textual evidence to explain why this story is disturbing or nefarious or whatever. Give me some quotations that show why the 2 literary elements show that that's a disturbing thing, okay? Then you're going to explain why those 2 literary elements and the quote that it had is showing that this story is creepy, okay? Finally, conclude the paragraph, sum it up, get ready for your conclusion. Give me a conclusion, okay? Tell me what the main idea is, maybe provide some commentary, 3 to 4 sentences to wrap it up. Once you have completed this process, okay, the good news is you have done a lot of typing and a lot of information. So, why I had you type it instead of handwrite it is because I'd like you to copy and paste each box into a brand new document, okay? You'll go to your Google Drive, you'll go to create a new document, okay? You'll go up to the title and we will call it your username and Tales Final Draft, okay? Click OK. And you have 2 tabs open. You got your graphic organizer. You have your final draft. So take all the good stuff that you did, copy it, okay? Copy. Go back to your other tab. Paste. All right. Go to the next sentence. All right. Go back to our other tab. Scroll down. Copy carefully. Copy. Go up to the other tab. Paste. This way we know that we're fulfilling all the requirements. And if we don't know what the requirements are, we simply look to the left. Okay? All right, so that's what we do. Now, the final step. Once that whole process is done, once everything, we have a whole essay here. Of course, we want to double space it, so we highlight it. We go over to our format, line spacing, and double. Doesn't that make it look so much nicer? Wow, I can read it better. Cool. Then we go back here. So we have somebody's thing here. Once that's all transferred, the final step is I'm going to go to our final draft. And as a little check for yourself, a final check over for you, and an easy way for me to spot things, I'm going to go open up, of course, what we had before. I'll go to here. Oops. I'm going to go one more. And we'll pull up, let's see, a sample final draft right here. And what we're going to do is color code, okay, for our body paragraphs. Look at this. Red is going to be our topic sentence, okay. Green is going to be our quotations we use. Blue is any explanation of what we're doing, okay. And then purple is our transition sentences. Okay, just to review, let me pull up that. I'll give you a, so you see that. Red, topic sentence, introduce the claim. I'll even write so we're not confused. Equals red. Evidence that supports your claim. I'll put quotes. Okay. That's in green. All quotations and evidence in green. Explain how the evidence supports your claim. Your explanation of your evidence is always in blue. And transitions, and we'll even put slash thesis statements from the introduction. Okay, they go in purple. Okay, topic sentence red, evidence and quotes in green, explanation of those quotes in blue. Purple is our transition or thesis statements, whichever ends each paragraph. So it looks nice and pretty like this, and I can say, oh, look at that. There's a quotation, there's a quotation, there's a quotation, and it's obvious to you what that is. Of course, we want our pieces double spaced. Okay. Again, we go to line spacing, double spaced, and look how nice that looks. I can quickly see, there's the topic sentence, there's the quotation, there's the explanation, there's the transition sentence. It's very simple. I can see, and you can see what the requirements are. As we know, Google Docs saves as we go along, so all we have to do is close out of that. And that's a wrap. That's everything that you're going to need to know. So good luck this weekend. Work hard on it. Do all of those steps. If you have any questions, always email me. But I thought this video would be very, very helpful to you as you go through. If you don't know how to get onto Google Drive, just go to Google and look at my video in Edmodo that I uploaded last week. It tells you all about how to get on just in case. Worst case scenario, get into Microsoft Word, type it, put it on a flash drive. We can always put it in, but I think that's making extra steps. We want to get in the world of Google because it's so easy. Okay? Everybody have a terrific weekend. And email me at conojona@shenet.org if you have any questions, or shoot me a message in Edmodo. Okay? Take care and good luck.